If you thought the bad blood between Crawford and Davis was old news, think again. Terrence Crawford just made a huge statement in a sit-down interview, and Gervonta "Tank" Davis fired back right away. Crawford suggested putting Tank in a fight against Shakur Stevenson on the undercard of his own mega fight with Canelo Alvarez. He literally said if Tank was not so cocky about stealing the spotlight, that would have been great. Now Tank's response is blowing up across social media, boxing news, and locker rooms everywhere. Let us break it down.
Crawford and Canelo, I'm pretty sure
Shakur and Tank?
That would be dope. That would be dope, but if Tank was not so cocky to be on a Terrence Crawford undercard, that would be dope. But I don't see Tank taking a backseat to no fighter.
Here is the situation. Crawford sat down for an exclusive interview with The Ring and explained everything. Yes, he is headlining the big Riyadh season event on September 13th against Canelo. But he wants that fight card to be packed with top matchups. And what better way to boost the card than the long-awaited lightweight clash between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis? Here is how Crawford described what he wants. He said it would be great if Tank was not too proud to fight on a Terrence Crawford undercard. He was not trying to insult anyone, just making a point. He then strongly backed Shakur and even Keyshawn Davis, calling them the two best fighters in the division without any doubt. That was a sharp but clever comment. Crawford's message was clear. Stevenson deserves the spotlight and Keyshawn Davis belongs at that top level too.
Hey, buddy Shakur, just one question. How did Keyshawn look, man?
Ready for whoever comes next. That boy ready. He been ready, actually. You know what I mean? Given the opportunity, that's all it is.
You got two little brothers that is closing on Tank. You know, one of them gonna get him.
One of them gonna get him. It's gonna be a great night of boxing when they do.
Awesome, appreciate it.
But asking Tank to fight on anyone else's undercard is asking too much. That interview right away brought back the bad blood between Tank and Bud, and added more heat to a rivalry that has been building ever since Tank insulted Bud's wife and supported Errol Spence back in 2023.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like...
Just not your cup of tea, that's just not your...
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, you know, he just... one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways.
Now Terrence is basically saying that he respects the sport enough to give Shakur his big moment, while Tank would want all the attention on himself. That statement set off reactions across boxing shows, social media, influencer circles, and fans. Everyone was asking the same question: how would Tank respond?
Who's next? I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm a top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out victorious.
Let us put the best fighters in the ring together and see who comes out on top. And Tank did react right away. Gervonta jumped on his social media and fired back immediately. His message was short, sharp, and full of the kind of attitude only Tank can bring. He said things like, "I do not take second place to anyone." He questioned who Crawford thinks he is and who gave him the right to write the fight card. Tank made it very clear that he never plays the supporting role, not even for a huge event with Canelo.
When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. Everybody in the crew, I mean, with him.
Same question for you. You're a proud father.
Tank brought up his own record. He pointed out that he is still undefeated and has one-punch knockout power, Meanwhile, he said Bud wants to talk about where someone sits on the undercard. The boxing world went crazy. Clips of his reaction spread everywhere on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Fans started chanting "Make Tank versus Shakur the main event." That is what Gervonta Davis had to say about the situation.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow,
man.
Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
He's going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
Let us break down what is really going on here. On the surface, it looks like 2 top fighters just trading words. But underneath there is more to it. This is about brand image legacy and who is in charge. Terence Crawford is aiming for the big global event in 2025, which is the Canelo fight in Riyadh. Of course, he wants the undercard fights to match the size of that stage. To him, putting Shakur against Keyshawn Davis makes perfect sense because those two are hungry, well-known, and on the rise. Tank, on the other hand, believes that even a lightweight unification fight should be built around him and not as a supporting act.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying
afraid?
his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it got to be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
Then there is the matter of public image. Crawford has built a name for being quiet but deadly and technical but smart. His calm, strategic comments stand in contrast to Tank's flashy, high-energy personality. That difference fuels the whole rivalry. Crawford sees Tank's ego as predictable while Tank views Crawford's humility as a cover for insecurity or even disrespect. It is also about who commands respect in the pecking order. Crawford basically said that Tank would never agree to be just an undercard fighter. For someone like Tank who thrives on confidence, that is a direct hit. Tank's response showed the fight intelligence and business sense he has developed. He is not just protecting his pride. He is protecting the story of his own career.
Early in the game, what do you want your legacy to be when it comes to this game, man?
Be the system.
The system. What's the system of boxing?
Be the system of boxing, life. Just be the system. Be able to spread my wings and had my people next to me spread their wings. That's it. I ain't really got no big goal of this sports and all that. I just want to get my money and just remove my...
But let us be honest here. Gervonta Tank Davis has not really looked like himself since that strange and disappointing majority draw against Lamont Roach back in March. That fight left fans confused, critics split, and Tank himself seems to have been off ever since. From that night onward, it feels like Tank has lost the feel for his gloves, the hunger, the sharpness, and the focus. All of that has been missing. And instead of making things right with a rematch, what is he doing? He is avoiding it. Straight up dodging the Roach rematch.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we can get it before... It probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
It's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next. You might see it in a minute.
clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
Jake Paul, what are we even doing here? This is not real boxing. It is YouTube drama with boxing gloves. Let us be honest. Tank versus Jake is nothing more than a fancy money grab. It is a circus fight made for pay-per-view. There is no legacy at stake, no real titles, no true rankings. Just viral video clips, loud press events, and a ton of hype. And the worst part is both fighters are actually willing to do it.
Gervonta Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
I mean, I'd be down. Let's run it. I'd be super, super down.
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
Is there a height limit in boxing?
So now while Jake Paul has always been about putting on a show, seeing someone like Tank, who once seemed like the next great star, fall into that same category feels different. That is real disappointment. Let us not forget that Davis has been talking about retirement for months now. In almost every interview, he mentions that he does not love the sport the same way anymore.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
He is tired and burned out. A number of boxing analysts and former fighters have also started noticing the signs. His body language, his mood, and his distance from the sport are all telling. Some say he looks depressed. Others say he has mentally checked out. Whatever the reason, one thing is certain. Tank's head is no longer in the game.
Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done. Period.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solar, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing, he's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Putting the spotlight on Stevenson versus Tank, two lightweights with exciting and very different styles, makes sense from a storytelling point of view. But Tank's brand depends on being the main event. If he cannot headline his own show, then is it even worth doing at all? This situation shows what boxing fans already feel. Often the flashiest promotion and the biggest names are what drive fights, not necessarily the most competitive matchups or the best fights for the sport itself.
Even the picture where everybody was in the room, that shit look like some devil shit. Facts though, some coke, right? Yeah. That shit like some devil shit, like they sold that soul.
Yeah, you go with that.
That was crazy. And you seen how the guy was, he looked at the scorecard. Yeah, he looked at the Come on, man. We want to get Tank over here and fight. Man, I already know what y'all gonna do. Yeah. But every time I say something...
And Crawford calling Tank cocky shows the tension between ego and the sport itself. Here is where things get more interesting, because the Crawford versus Canelo mega fight, that whole event is being put together by none other than Turki Alashik, the man who has practically turned the boxing world into his own personal playground.
What about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap, or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terrence.
That's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that, there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
He has been putting up huge amounts of money and bringing the biggest names together under one big Saudi banner. And honestly, he has been changing the sport. But not everyone likes the way he does things.
As I said last week, I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing. We will not have him anymore. This is the first thing. The the second, we will have in this fight and the next fight bonus for KO. I don't want to force to be having ring 12 by 12 or something like this.
All right, everyone. Stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.